So we all clearly know that there's some insane fucking wildfires going on in LA. I could see one of them from my street. That's the Sunset Fire. And prayer is very important to me, so I thought, well, I want to make a quick video talking about how to kind of correctly pray for the wildfires. Obviously, people are going to be praying for them to stop, and that's great. That's good to send energy towards that. But there is a way to pray like correctly and systematically. So maybe instead of praying just for the fires to miraculously stop, perhaps pray for the firefighters, to pray for the things that are going to make the fire stop right now. That's going to be the firefighters. Pray for them to have strength. If you want to go from a Catholic perspective, Saint Florian is the patron saint of firefighters. His legend includes about how he dumps just a bucket of water in a village and got rid of the fire. Whether that really happened, I don't know. I wasn't there. But hey, it's a pretty cool legend. Praying to Saint Florian for firefighters is going to be really good. His feast day is May 4th, which is the same day as the whole fucking Star Wars day. And then I think that's also Audrey Hepburn's birthday off the top of my head. If you want to go from a Tibetan Buddhist perspective, it's not the 10th day of the lunar month yet, but Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, I was being suggested to pray to Padmasambhava by my Bhutanese friend Feldon. And I prayed to Padmasambhava. It was the last prayer I did before, like, praying through the entire night for the sunset fire to stop. And then I woke up to news written by someone named Shriva Padmabhavan or something, like a very Indian name, but Padma is lotus. Padmasambhava means, like, the lotus-born guru or some shit like that. I forget, but I know Padma is lotus. Like, that's where Om Mani Padme Hum is, like, may I be reborn in a lotus or whatever the fuck that means. I'm in English. But anyways, I thought it was very auspicious that the last prayer I did before I finally slept after, like, a whole entire night of, like, hours and hours of, like, prayer that I did for the fires to stop, and to give the firefighters strength and everything. I got good news about the Sunset Fire, that the evacuation order was lifted for people in Hollywood Hills. This is one that I'm going to be the most concerned about because that's right here. But obviously, a lot of energy needs to be redirected to the Eaton fires, and for the Palisades fires, the Pacific Palisades is basically gone, which is fucked. I was actually in Altadena quite recently. My older sister's friend Mel was house sitting for some friends of hers. It was a beautiful house, and we found out that house is gone. So, and it looks like a lot of these houses are owned by rich people, sure, fine, but I don't think most people don't deserve to lose their homes. Not to be insensitive, but there probably are karmically some people who did deserve to lose their homes, but, like, most of them probably not, but shit just happens like this. Anyways, because I'm getting better at editing stuff, because I'm not so much of an idiot anymore, I said to pray to Saint Florian for the Catholic perspective. You can also pray to Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Actually, I think this saint is the one that made me think, like, oh, pray for the firefighters, because Saint Ignatius is a patron saint of the wounded soldiers and soldiers in the military. And I do wonder, like, how much overlap is between firefighters and the military? Like, I would assume, like, that there's a decent amount of overlap. I could be completely wrong, though. I could be just totally wrong. But that is possible. But after I prayed this, I was like, I feel like Saint Ignatius was like, look up the patron saint of firefighters, and I was like, holy crap, I should. I also prayed in Tagalog, my mother's language, very hard, and I was doing some research, and I looked up Filipino water gods, so that's going to be popping up right here, right now. I'm going to indicate that when I edit this. I'm holding up the tapatio. That's when, around the time I want to have the thing of the Filipino water gods. There's, like, infinite water gods in Filipino mythology. Filipinos are water people. Like, in the Philippines, you go to the islands, and the mountains separate us. The mountains separate the language, but for Filipinos, okay, so let's say, like, we have an island here. Let's say this is an island, okay? And this is a mountain right here, the fucking cookies. There's one language spoken here, one language spoken here, and then say there's another island. The same language is spoken across the waters, but the mountains separate us. So Filipinos are water people. Like, if we were in Avatar, we'd be the water tribe, right? So I was like, oh my god, I have to pray to Filipino water gods. So these are going to be popping up. These are going to be right here. And I send to my lector group of my Catholic church, talking about pray to Saint Florian, patron saint of firefighters, to give the firefighters strength. You know, it's one thing to pray for the fires to stop, but it's another thing to pray for the people who are stopping the fires to give them strength, give them fuel for their fire. You know, the fire within their soul that's helping them fucking put this shit to an end. That's very fucking important. Praying to Tara, you know, the Tibetan Buddhist heroine goddess. Very well known for stopping shit quickly. That's going to be really, really good, very beneficial. But in my lecture group, a lector who's in the Knights of Columbus, he actually posted a prayer that I think is very well written. So that's going to be right here. Putting this to indicate that I'm in my editing, that prayer should be put in. But yeah, if you stayed here for this entire rant, great. Lots of anxiety. I mean, I could literally see the sunset fire from the top of my street, which is kind of scary, seeing a fucking fire where I live, close to. But, forward progress has been stopped on the sunset fire. It's not completely inactive yet, but it will probably be declared inactive soon. Looks like they're doing some really good work getting rid of it. I think that they kind of learned some lessons from the Eaton fire and the Palisades fire, and then probably even the Hearst fire, because, you know, they really fucked up in Altadena, Pasadena, and the Palisades. Like, they really dropped the ball there. I don't know why or how. They say a lot of the fire hydrants were dry. Sorry, I just, like, picked a scab off my fucking chest. I don't really care about if that makes me look gross or not. That the fire hydrants were dry. Karen Bass, who also I share a birthday with this hoe, she was interviewed and they were hitting her with some hard questions and she was just not responding, which is like, this bitch can't even offer condolences. Like, she's so worried about saying the wrong thing that she just stayed silent, you know, like, which is just crazy. Like, at least fucking offer condolences, you fucking puppet. But yeah, no, it's really fucked up what's going on in my city. But also, like, a really good friend of mine, I love her, she's from Houston, like my sister, but I kind of got a little bit crotchety, but she was like, oh my god, Crystal, are you okay? LA is burning to the ground. And I was like, I'm very far away from the fires, dude, but, like, can you please not tell me that my city's burning to the ground? Like, if you know somebody that's living in a different place than you and you're worried about them, like, don't tell them their city's burning to the ground. Like, even if it is, like, there's a way to go about it with, like, some sense of sensitivity and decorum, because I love my city, and, like, the idea of it, like, going down in flames is obviously going to be very, very, very upsetting to me. So let's, final summation. Pray for the firefighters. You can pray for the fires to stop, that's great. But a better place to put your energy is to give strength to the firefighters who are going to be the ones to stop the fire. If praying to water gods is going to be good if you want to go from a pagan perspective, and me, I'm Filipino, so I would like to pray to the Philippine water gods. Catholic perspective, pray to Saint Florian, patron saint of firefighters. Tibetan Buddhist perspective, Padmasambhava was very useful for me, and also for Tara. Ganesh, I'm sure, would be great as well. Ganesh is good for getting rid of obstacles. And, yeah, just obviously Mother Mary is going to be a really high number one. Saint Michael actually came through in a very, auspicious way for my family regarding this. We have a family friend that lives up in the mountains, and he was driving by here, and we told him, hey, come here, like, let's give you something to bring up to your place by the Hollywood Hills. We gave him the Saint Michael statue, and we didn't know, like, that part of his name was actually Miguel, which is that's the name for Saint Michael in Spanish, San Miguel, and obviously that's how he came to us, through the Spanish. So, you know, we didn't know that he had Miguel in his name, and that we sent Miguel up there with his Saint Miguel, you know, so, like, San Miguel, so, like, that, we thought that was pretty auspicious, and I felt really good after that. So, you know, I'm pretty sure the sunset fire is going to die down. Definitely have to continue to pray for the Eaton fires and the Palisades fires. And then, you know, like, once we kind of, like, I think first the energy should be put to, like, stopping this. So first pray for the firefighters. And then once you're done with praying for the firefighters, I'd say, like, continue to pray for people who lost their homes, for them emotionally. My sister's house, didn't burn down, but it was burnt, like, decently. So that was really hard on them. So, yeah, shit is fucking crazy. Keep fucking praying, and that's my fucking PSA from my end. It fucking smells awful around here. But I live in a pretty heavily populated area away from, like, you know, dense vegetation, so I'm not worried about the fire coming to me. But you know, any of these areas that are close in the mountains and shit like that, that's where it's gonna be pretty fucked. So that's why I also don't want to ever live in the mountains, even if I'm gonna get rich one day. Like, fuck, I do not want to live there. I want to live in a fucking city block, man. I want to be able to walk to my fucking mercado, you know. But anyways, that's it. I'm gonna get off this, upload this, edit this, and then just fucking pray more. And oops, sorry. I made ube coconut pie last night, and I'm gonna like give some as offerings to like the deities that I pray to for this shit to stop. So yeah. Oh, so we also pray to Santo Niño, which apparently is also invoked in the Philippines to get rid of fire. Oh, also another thing, very important. My friend who literally taught me about witchcraft was like, make Seder squares. And let me just draw one on here for you guys. So Seder, it's a palindrome. They're traditionally used to protect buildings from fire. So let me do I'm not gonna use the fucking skinny marker. Do I have like, I have a Sharpie. It says Nicole on it. It's from Head in the Clouds Music Festival with 88 Rising. It says August 12, 2022, so that's pretty cool. My little brother got it for me. So, this is kind of hard. Let me see if I can... Sorry, I like writing. I like, Fuck, can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, no, whatever. It's not gonna work. I was gonna try to record that, but it's just... I don't feel like editing this. So, actually, maybe what I can do... Perfect. Here's my Dark Goddess Tarot. Sorry, I'm kind of pagan. But hey, okay, so that's Satyr, Arapo, Tenet, Opera, Rotas. So this is a palindrome, this is a Seder square. See how it says Seder, it says Seder like everywhere on it. Like every line spells something out. It's like Seder, Arapo, Tenet, Opera, Rotas. Seder, Arapo, Tenet, Opera, Rotas. Rotas, Opera, Tenet, Arepa, Seder. You know, Rotas, Opera, Tenet, Arepo, Seder. These are traditionally used to prevent buildings from burning down. And, I don't know, they feel pretty nice energetically. They feel very bang for your buck, so to speak. And it's good to just, like, put these in random places, to seal the energy. My friend likes to put them in all 4 cardinal directions, but, I also, have been using these, and these help make me feel a lot safer. And a lot of this stuff is, like, if it helps make you feel better, it's fucking, then it did its job. You know, like, it's worth it. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And that's kind of my little PSA update. So, if you want some advice on how to deal with how to correctly spiritually pray for these things, well, correct is subjective. But, you know, people praying for the fires to stop vaguely, that's going to be fine. But, like, systematic, correct, directed, concentrated, targeted prayer, targeting that energy, right? Instead of just like letting it go out, you know, like just, you know, finding a conduit, finding a valid conduit and making your energy go through that conduit, in my experience, is a lot more beneficial, to the point that, right, like, you know, and this is not about me, but this is knowing about how conduits work, and this is from not even my own ego, but this is just from paying attention and like just praying for God to like work through me and then teach me how to do this shit. Like right after I prayed for the sunset fire, literally I prayed the Padmasambhava prayer, you know, which came to me auspiciously. Like maybe like an hour or 2 after that, I got the news from that person, Padma whatever, in the Watch Duty app. Like very good news. So these methods have worked out for me, okay? And they can fucking work out for you too if you try it, you know? It's not even about it being me, it's just about moving the energy fucking correctly, you know, and then seeing a pathway and then putting your energy towards that. So, yeah, I usually do more simple videos than this. This is a very personal video because this is me more talking about my personal life and stuff, and how how I move my energy around, but whatever, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna try to put these fucking prayers in at the right spots, and peace the fuck out. I hope these fires stop. They will, and I hope that everyone who has lost something in this heals from it. I want to look into volunteering actually at these shelters and helping these people because it's fucked. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let's keep praying. Let's keep doing what we can, right? Doing everything that we fucking possibly can to help stop this fucked up situation. All right, peace out.